What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage. And if you're seeing this video, Mardi Gras is probably over. I'm already on my way back, and we launched our new giveaway vehicles. I'm still like working out something on one of them, but most likely they're both up. We're going to talk about that here in a minute. But today, remember all the things, these said, but nothing's going to change in California, huh? Is that why that the EPA has now told the California Air Resource Board this isn't about court? Like, the feds will step in and take over their agency, or take over their ability to enforce stuff if need be, if they're going to keep participating in violating interstate commerce. I told y'all this was going to happen. Nothing's going to happen, TK. Nothing's going to happen. Wrong. Welcome on back to TK's Garage. Before I get into today's video, I got to talk about the giveaways that we have going on the channel right now. And that specifically is dealing with the Ram TRX, which we launched for the nonprofit JTIB in Mississippi, and the Chrysler 300 with a Hellcat swap. Now, I know before you get, oh, TK, they're cracking down on Hellcat swaps. Don't worry. This one was brand new engine, legally sourced. It's all the numbers are good. You don't think that I would go put my money on the line to pick up a vehicle that could be given away that's going to get confiscated, right? We're not doing that. But both of those are now up and available over at tksgarage.bigcartel.com. You're either seeing this video on the 17th or the 18th, one or the other, all right? And we're launching the extra entries on both of those vehicles until the 22nd, meaning 12:01 a.m. on the 22nd. So it ends on the 21st. At the end of the day of the 21st, that's it. All the extra entries on the TRX and that Chrysler 300 Hellcat are going to be gone, and it will be $1 one entry through the entire month of March. We will announce the winners on both of those vehicles on April 2nd. So if you want to get in on it, very simple, tksgarage.bigcartel.com. It is up on the site if you're seeing it in this video. Lee Zeldin's not going to change anything, TK. Nothing's going to happen. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. Is that why the Department of Transportation and the EPA together have now sent memos and letters to the state of California, the Attorney General of California, and the governor's office, advising them that the policies that they are continuing to try to enforce in the state of California are violating federal, federal interstate commerce clause violations. Basically, not only is it unconstitutional, what they're doing is illegal. They're not allowed to do what they're doing right now. So how is it going to change? Like, what are these memos, or what are these letters being issued by EPA and DOT going to actually change? We're going to get into that. I'm going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about what's going to happen in the state of California in terms of smog checks and more. So the president has come out and recently said that these unburdensome checks, now this is the one thing that I think the president's kind of setting them up to be able to do. You already know there's all kinds of memos, all kinds of documents out there that California is looking at instituting a safety inspection program in the event that they lost the ability to do smog checks, because it's not about the environment, it's all about the money. They don't care about anything else. The only thing they care about is the money. That's it. It's literally all about the money, guys. This isn't rocket science here, okay? So what does that mean? What happens? How is it, how can we get things to change here? Well, DOT and EPA are already making that happen. They've sent the memos, they've sent the Attorney General the same memos / letter, and the governor's office advising them that should they continue, that they would also reach out to the federal government, the Department of Justice, Pam Bondi's office, and have them, if need be, come in and physically enforce federal law on the state, meaning strip away all authority from the California Air Resource Board. It would make it, and it's not just them, it would be the Bureau of Automotive Repair and everything else that is tied around to their Clean Trucks Initiative, smog checks, anything else that is not currently right now set up the way federal law is set. Now, California did say they were going to sue, and funny, the state didn't sue. They promised all this stuff that they were going to sue. State hasn't sued one time. It has been these private environmental groups that have no standing. So the case is going to get tossed. This has happened in California 5 times in the last 2 years. These environmental groups will come in and they'll try to claim, California's being run over by the federal government, and the courts basically go, well, you're not the state, and the state's not suing. They're not adjoined on your lawsuit. You don't have standing. Bye. That's happened multiple times. So it's not going to surprise me to see that happen yet again. It doesn't mean that they won't file the lawsuit, which they did, to try to get an injunction. You can't. The state court is not going to be able to do anything injunction-wise against the federal government. I'm sorry. It doesn't work that way. So, as terms of that, because I know that would be the response, well, somebody's suing, TK, suing. They have no standing. They have, like, the first hearing, they'll go up, the government will say that they don't have any standing in the case gets dismissed. Like, this isn't rocket science, man. This isn't rocket science. And then the feds will go through and they'll give them 30 days. And that one thing I can tell you, before you guys say, oh, no, just give them more time. Has Sean Duffy given them more time? No. He started decertifying their ass where they couldn't give out CDLs. Look how quick they got into compliance and started suspending them driver's licenses. Sean Duffy and Lee Zeldin are not playing any games. If they tell you you got X amount of days to get into compliance and do something, you better do it. Because if you don't, they're just going to strip away your power to be able to do anything. Now, the California Air Resource Board is already in a bunch of turmoil. They're basically insolvent as of today. They have no money. Zero. None. They're running at a massive deficit against the state. And they're laying people off. They don't even have a head of the organization right now. There's somebody in an acting role there. So, and you don't think somebody would have been jumping over all kinds of stuff to be able to get in to be the head of that agency right now if they thought it was going to still be there? In California, one of the agencies that the state thinks is the most important. You don't think a bunch of bureaucrats would be fighting to get that position? Why are they not fighting to get that position? Anybody want to guess? Because it ain't going to be there. They're not stupid. They can hem and haw and say everything they want on social media and the internet. They can pay these micro influencers, these insignificant smog testing retards, to, swing from their nutsack, which happens. We see it all the time here on YouTube. We know who they are. And, just to try to set their narrative, but their narrative doesn't matter. Their narrative doesn't matter. The federal government's narrative matters, and that's what they're going to do. So I love how the YouTubers that are swinging from the nutsack of the California Air Resource Board, like, remember the Geico commercial with the pig? Yeah, they're swinging from the balls like that. Swinging from them nuts. And let me tell you something about swinging from them nuts, right? They're swinging from them nuts, and then they keep changing. They keep moving the goalposts. Remember, they were like, oh, this is not going to happen. And then it happens. Oh, well, it doesn't matter that happened because this isn't going to happen. And then it happens. And they go, oh, shit. Well, it doesn't matter because this isn't going to happen. Nothing's going to change. And then this happens, and there's a change. Oh, well, this is not going to. Like, you can literally go back and just look at it. It's fucking hilarious. So now the endangerment findings pulled. EPA and DOT are going after the state of California for violating interstate commerce, basically ending their ability to do what they're doing. And I'm sure that we're going to see the same thing from these nut swinging YouTubers. Nothing's going to change. I think it's funny. I think it's hilarious. I'm sure y'all are going to tag them in the comments too. There's a few of them. I think it's hilarious. I think it's absolutely hilarious, but that's just me. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I've got all my stuff together. I'm going to go try to have a good Mardi Gras. Hopefully you guys have had, or at this point, if you're seeing this, had a great Mardi Gras. I'm probably on my way home at this point. So, yeah, anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Remember, the TRX and that Chrysler 300, the extra entries are up now until midnight on the 22nd. So basically the end of the day of the 21st, all right? TK'sgarage.bigcartel.com. And until next time, stay petty, my friends. Whoopee!